I don't know what love is. It's just a word. I know how I feel when I see my daughter, my mom, or when I hear about bad things about my homeboys, or, I know about, you know what I'm saying? Love is just a word. I don't know. Nobody knows what love is. You just got that feeling. Groovy Q, MONTREALITY, Groovy Tony. I wish it was an app for her. No, if a bitch gonna give you some pussy that night. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just scan a bitch face and her brain, like, yeah, she ain't gonna give you no pussy tonight. She ain't gonna give you no pussy tonight. She ain't gonna give you no pussy tonight. She hate niggas that smoke weed. She think I'm ugly. She think I'm ugly. She gonna give me some pussy tonight. That one. Lost my virginity. Man. Alright. So this is a creepy virginity situation. So alright, this may gross some people out, but it's for real. First time I had sex, I was young. I was like 12 years old, right? I fucked this girl. This just sounds weird, me saying I fucked this girl. Like, the bitch was like, she's definitely grown now. The bitch was like 13. I was 12. And this was her first time too, so. But she was way more advanced than me. Like, she was pressuring me to do it and all this and that, you know what I mean? So I fucked her, and the first time we tried to do doggy style. For some reason, I thought you were supposed to fuck her in the ass. So the first time I had sex, and I fucked a girl in her ass. The first time I had sex. That was the first and last time I ever fucked a girl in her ass. Like, that was the first time I had sex, because I thought that's what you were supposed to do. And I was completely wrong. WWF toys and shit like that. You know what I mean? I remember my mama brought me the fucking, what's that? Like the Hulk Hogan, like little stuffed animal. Like, not stuffed animal, Hulk Hogan. The Hulk Hogan stuffed like toy, you know what I mean? Like it's stuff, and you wrestle with it and shit. I used to wrestle with it every morning as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like body slam it and do little shit like that.
Drop kick!
Who do you think you are?
That's Hulk Hogan!
Wrestling buddies want to be your buddies.
Henry, what's going on up there?
Nothing, dear.
WWF Wrestling Buddies, new from Tonka. Each sold separately.
Like, that's pretty much it. Wrestling toys, a couple Ninja Turtle toys. But other than that, it was video games. I think everybody should try a psychedelic drug at one point of their life. I mean, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? My mama even agreed on that. Like, I don't know. It's not. People hear about psychedelics. They hear the word acid. They hear the word mushrooms or shit like that, and they just like, I ain't doing that. So I used to be the same nigga, and I tried. And I'm like, oh, okay, I see what it is. And I'm not telling people to do drugs, but if you can handle certain things, if you don't have an addictive personality, if you could, I think it's all right to do it once, like a psychedelic. I wouldn't say try cocaine once. I wouldn't say try heroin once. I wouldn't say try Oxycontin once. I wouldn't say try lean once. Psychedelic though, and weed, I don't see nothing wrong with trying some mushrooms one time in your life. People always think, oh, you're gonna get stuck. You'll get stuck smoking weed before you'll get stuck taking a psychedelic, because you don't know what's in that weed. You know what's going on with that. If you get it from the right person, you know what's going on in the mushroom. It's fucking dog shit, cow shit grown in grass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it definitely helps open your eyes to a lot of shit. It changed my life once I tried shrooms. I tried acid, I done tried DMT, I done tried it. All the psychedelics you can basically try. You know what I mean? Just once though. I mean, I done shrooms a bunch of times, but like LSD and all that shit. Well, I'm lying. I done LSD more than once. But that's, you know, I don't experiment in drugs no more. I done it all, like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't do shrooms no more. I don't do acid. I only did DMT one time. That's all I needed. You know what I'm saying? Just to see what the experience was. And like I said, it humbled me out. It made me way more down to earth to certain things, you know what I'm saying? But once again, don't do drugs. No. I mean, everybody keep asking that question. Y'all been asking that question for like 4 years and we ain't even, like, come on, man. I don't know, man. I can't say that. I'm already working on the next joint already. Like, I already been working on the next joint. It's just like, I don't see the time. And it's just for us to stop. Like, people don't understand, when you're working on an album, you get into a groove. It's hard to stop that groove and that zone you in and that vision you got to jump onto a whole new thing and restart from a blank sheet, basically. You know what I mean? Because we don't just put albums out and call it something and it's just a bunch of dope songs. Like, everything we do over there, it's like a concept. I don't know. We never sat down and was like, oh, we all gotta do concept. It's just something that we all done as an artist. That's why we click so much. We're all pretty much the same mellow dudes. And we're all like focused on our craft and on conceptual shit. So I can't say that we'll be in the studio getting the Black Hippy album ready, no matter how much Top want it to happen, no matter how much Dave and the fans want it to happen. The chances of us getting into the studio together and working on Black Hippy is slim, because it's too much going on. And plus, I'm a daddy, man, and I love being a daddy. Like, anytime I can get to spend time with my daughter, because I'm always moving, I want to spend that time with her. You know what I'm saying? So whatever we can do, if we can make it work, I'm down to do it. Like, it's not even about us, like they were my homies. Like, of course I wanted to do the album with them. It's just the time. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a lot of time put into albums. Like, we're not gonna just go into the studio and finish an album in a month. Like, maybe some of these other rappers do their music like that, but we don't do our music like that. Like, first song I make ain't going on the album, like, unless it's just really that shit. Like, it's rare when the first song I done made the album. It's rare the first 5 songs I done made the album. You know what I mean? And that shit take time, so we gonna see. I'm with it though, I wanna do it, but when we gonna have the time?
These niggas won't hold me back. Told the feds they sold me sack. Whipping right and then come right back. Whipping right and then come right back. These niggas won't hold me back. These niggas won't hold me back.
I don't know, it's just the way we carry ourselves. But a lot of niggas is just rappers, and they got rapper homies with rapper entourage and rapper managers. Fuck, your manager got a fucking icy chain on for it. Like, that's just weird to me. Like, he's not a rapper. Like, I never got athletes even wearing like rapper chains. Like, you're not a rapper, bro. Like, I'm not going everywhere like looking like I'm 6'9", like dressing like I'm 6'9" with them long ass pants, and you know what I'm saying? Like the rappers be the rappers, managers be the managers, homies be the homies. Like, I don't got none of my homeboys working for me, none of that shit. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's just us. We just came in being us. I don't know, it just happened to click like that. And every rapper that ever came to TDE, we was getting ready to fuck with, they always exit they self out because they wasn't humble enough. You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of people, a lot of LA artists that could have been signed to TDE, but they was just doing what they doing, and now everybody out there in that city is under us. You know what I'm saying?
I keep it with me. It's a souvenir. It went through my face right here. And not too hot.
Get rich or die trying. What's funny is, I hated on this album when it first came out. I was hating on 50. I was like a 50 hater because I was like so much into Nas. Anything that came out of New York or said they was Queens, I was trying to put them up against Nas. But it came to find out, 50 became one of my biggest inspirations to rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it wasn't for him, no telling what I'd be doing. Like, once I got over that hate stage, which was like a month of it being out, and I sat down and listened to it, and I related to damn near everything he was talking about, and it's just like, this nigga's like, he damn near became my favorite artist at that moment, you know what I mean? I went from hating on him for like 3 weeks to him being like my favorite artist, and this is all I was bumping, like from What Up Gangsta to PIM, like everything, bro, like Patiently Waiting, like Many Man, like I'm just looking at it high all the time, Heat, If I Can't, like, oh my God. Gotta Make It Happen. I remember the NYPD, LAPD joint. It's just so much, you know what I mean? Like, and this detail in his music of gangster shit and like street music, the detail in it was amazing. And 50 to this day is still one of my favorite artists ever. Guns, man. That gun law shit is real. We'll never stop. That's one thing, probably only thing I agree about. The law and all that political shit that's been going on. Niggas need to take away guns. From officers, from everybody. It should be no guns. But there's too many guns out there now. So it's impossible to take all the guns. So what I want is impossible to happen, because it'll never happen. You know what I mean? Like, it'll never happen. But if they could have never made guns, I think that'd be a whole lot better. Would have been a whole lot better, because now people just getting killed left and right. Like, you'll have 400, 500 people die in Chicago, like, every year. Like, that's amazing. That's not amazing. That's, like, fucking insane. Like, how can that many people die in a year from, you know what I'm saying? And, like, niggas always want to talk about that gangster shit. Like, ain't nothing gangster about none of that shit. Like especially rappers. Like, niggas always trying to act gangster. Like, nigga, you ain't gangster no more. Nigga, you a rapper. Like, I'm not a gangster no more, my nigga. I'm a rapper, bro. And yeah, like, guns should not be existing, but it does. So whatever. Why are we here? To have sex and reproduce. I mean, you kids are born every day, people die every day. I believe that's what we're here for, just to reproduce. It's up on you to do all the rest of the shit, you know what I'm saying? I think we're here just to make kids. That's why that's the best feeling in the fucking world, having sex. And that's the one way you could bring somebody into this world. It's by having the best feeling in the world. It makes sense. That's why we're here. To get pussy and have kids.
That's why I like these dudes, man. These questions are remarkable. No way. Use your intuition. Exercise that intuition. Go out on a risk. Go out on a limb. It's not supposed to be easy here. It's not supposed to be easy here. How fun would that be?